Okay, these are my levels, so some levels not even working properly. Why is the background black on this? The background's supposed to be blue on this. Yeah, this is not right. You can't even see the trap door because of it. Anyway, I'll show off the solution anyway. That's all. I'll show off quite a few solutions, to be fair, because quite a few people have sent replays off to me, and there's quite a few different ways people have done the level. So I'll start off by doing the official Flopsy way of doing it. So you dig down this chasm here. Some people use the bomber here. That's perfectly alright. Saves the digger. But that's my intended way of using the digger in the solution. Yep. And it's just circumnavigating the one-way wall and doing a zigzag builder tunnel. And the climber comes up here and glides down to this platform here and actually ends up going all the way to the exit, landing on the other side of it and going over it. And then he bashes, builds. That's there purely so you can mine into it. So let's turn the lemming round again. And it's just a case of building the crowd out. So there's one way of doing it. Here's actually which is similar to mine, but he uses the miner at the beginning. And he just plays the level as normal. A lot of people did the end of this level differently, so it's not wrong. There's no wrong way to do this level. You bomb to get the lemmings down there, and the bash just carries on, frees them. And the climber comes back to the exit. So that's XLE. What did Artie do? I think everyone's seen Artie's solution. I can show it again if you want. Yeah, he does the bomber approach to shorten the drop. I should also add as well, in the new format version of Lems, I've actually put a timed talisman on this level. And I think it's for doing the level in about 2 minutes 15 seconds. Can't remember if that's the exact time for it, but it's around that time. And he just does a dig all the way down to the bottom, because he can. Okay, so he did that digger purely to stop the basher from going all the way through. He used the miner trick, which was good. And that's Artie's solution. Echo solution. Again, he bombs at the beginning. Probably looking very similar to Artie's solution, but everyone did different things at the end, which was very interesting for this level. A lot of people just did different things at the end. There's just so many different ways of doing this section. Ooh, sorry, I didn't mean to skip that bit. He dug out that section. See, it's interesting seeing everybody's different approaches to the level. So now he's going back over the top again. That's a very long-winded approach. Yeah, it's very similar to Artie's solution, except you use the digger in a different place. And you managed to save a miner. Oh, no, he doesn't save the miner, actually, because the miner has to be used to get the lemming to the exit. So, do some more approaches. Got Josh's solution. Yeah, he does the digger at the beginning. He's probably going to bomb them out. He didn't really need to hold on to the bottom, but I'm guessing he's trying to do. I'm guessing there's a reason why the crowd's together. I haven't looked at these solutions beforehand, by the way. This is purely like I genuinely can't remember what everybody did, kind of thing. Okay. Yeah, I think we've seen a solution similar to this. No, we haven't actually, because this one involved mining through the bridge. So that's Josh's solution. It's going to be too much effort to pull up Nepters, but here's Nessie's. That's the last replay. Again, it's bombing. Building up, obviously. Yeah. I can't remember whose solution was similar to that. I think that's probably my solution even, isn't it? I don't know actually. I don't know whose solution that was. It's probably a mix-up there. So anyway, level 2, the Friday Feel Good Lounge. I've got 16 levels, so I'll probably go for about 5 of them. Or maybe even 6 of them actually, because I think these are the earlier levels, so they're probably easier to go through. This level turned out to be really popular, and I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because people like one of everything solution. Not quite a diverse selection of skills, so I'm not going to show off anybody's replays because everybody's replays are the same. So I'm guessing a lot of people like the music for this as well. The 1 minute time limit does kind of add to it as well, which is good. So yeah, Lemmings dig to be contained, then the lemming that drops first bombs to go all the way through, and then the next lemming's a swimmer, and he's also a climber, so then he can get up, go around, and platform and bash to cut him off. And I like using this trick in my set Lemmings levels. I use a stacker to catch a stacker to make a platform. So yeah, I fence them out, and they all land just in time. And the time it's not tight, so yeah, that's all you need to know about that level. It got voted as level of the year. I'm surprised. I'm just surprised that a level that simple can get voted. You know, but I guess it's like kind of like why did Tell Me the Way to DMA win a contest? That's another simple level. Level 3 get on the Revolution, and ironically, this level, the previous level, and the level before it are actually in sequence. Ocean World is Bittersweet 18, Friday Feel Good Lounge is Bittersweet 19, and this level is Bittersweet 20. So these are actually in order in the level pack. This is intentional, of course. I have actually requested to go to a lot of the levels be in this order, and he's respected that request because it's the order they are in the level pack. But the fact that 3 levels in sequence get voted is truly a miracle, in my opinion. Yeah, and there's little variants on this solution, but I'm not going to go through them all because they all end up at the same. They all end up at the same sort of. They all end up with the same result. And before I go on, this is actually intentionally the 8 Neo-Lemming skills that existed at the time because the fence wasn't available at the time. I made this with the pure intention of making one of every Neo-Lemming skill level, and it actually worked really well. So you can make the first lemming a walker, and then you make him a glider, just when he's going down here. But when he lands here, you clone him. Now, there was actually a nasty backward level bit here because people were trying to bypass the trap. But that's been fixed now. Nobody seems to be doing it. Oh, sorry, I cancelled the replay. Bugger for doing that. So we've got a swimmer here and we've got a lemming here. And this guy's going to stack purely to stop the lemmings. And this crowd's had a stone at the front as well to get its platform. So everything's got their places. And it's not too hard to figure out where everything goes. So I think it's why this level turned out to be so popular. And I didn't actually vote for this level either. I was not responsible for any of these levels getting voted. The disarm is disarming through trapped. Apparent later. You can disarm the vacuum trap and the laser trap, which is good. And now he's going to platform. Now it doesn't matter if these. It doesn't matter about this guy falling in the water. He's already a swimmer. I think he was a swimmer before he was cloned. He was a swimmer before he was cloned. So both the swimmers go for the swim, and all the crowd go for the exit. So good level. I did actually plan this one meticulously when I first came across when I was first arranging it in the editor. It all came together really well. It took a bit of adjusting, and I think the level was a little bit too obvious for that reason. It's nothing bad though. So the fourth level that got voted, The Legend of Ray Beeston. If you must know the story behind this level, I should probably explain all the levels that I've just done actually. The ocean world, you can see the Crystal Maze logo on the right. For those who are not familiar with the Crystal Maze, there's a little bit of a running theme with the Crystal Maze in Lemmings. There's actually 5 levels that have got the Crystal Maze logo in it. I think it's 6 actually. Yeah, there's 6. And there are 4 theme zones in the Crystal Maze. But you're like, but hold on, Flopsy, you said there's 6 levels. But then there's the Crystal Dome in the middle. And that's technically the 5th zone, but it's like where you end up at the end of the game show. So the Crystal Maze is a UK-based game show, and it was hosted by Richard O'Brien back in the 90s, and it's made a comeback recently, ironically, after I made levels about it. So who knows? Maybe I'm indirectly responsible for the revival of it. But anyway, what you do is there's a team of 6. Go around the maze and they play these games, and if they solve the puzzles or the game, usually the games are like a laid out assortment of puzzles or mental skill. Sometimes there's physical skills involved where strength is required, or you get the picture anyway. And there's mysteries to be solved. So, yeah, and they've got between 2 and 3 minutes to solve the riddle or whatever is in front of them. And then there's skill games, and if they do solve the game, they get a crystal. And yeah, that's why it's called the Crystal Maze. So anyway, without waffling on, they go through all the 4 assorted zones throughout the game, and one of them happens to be the ocean world, which actually was a replacement for the earlier industrial zone, which is also another zone in the Lemmings, but it's actually in the deep cuts rank. Then we've got the medieval zone, which is I believe is in the murder rank. This is ocean world in the bittersweet rank. We've got the Aztec zone, which I think is also in the murder rank. Yeah, so anyway, apart from this one and the Crystal Dome one, they all have zone in the name, and they all have that crystal on it. So if you ever see that Crystal Maze logo, it's basically, yes, this is a Crystal Maze themed level, and it's named after a zone in the Crystal Maze. So to name the other ones, we've got the Futuristic Zone, which is actually Futuristic Climber Zone, which was one level that Artie famously struggled with in his Seblems playthrough. It had teleporters and disarmers, which are his least favourite things. And then there's the Crystal Dome, and there's just the name of that level is Will You Start the Fans Please, which is what they say when they turn the Crystal Dome on, which is they blow a load of gold and silver credits up in the air, and their idea is to grab as many of the gold credits as they can, because if they collect silver ones, they actually negate the gold one they collect. So the idea is to have a certain amount of gold after subtraction of silver. So anyway, on to level 2, the Friday Feelgood Lounge. Now, the song actually plays in this level. There was a running theme on my local radio station when I was going to school, and they always played a song on a Friday, and they called it the Friday Feelgood song. That's the exact song in this plays in this level is actually the exact song that plays, and it's called A Swinging Safari. I don't know who makes it. I'm sure if you put A Swinging Safari in on YouTube, it would tell you. But it's a very old kind of feel good song, and they just called it the Friday Feel Good song, and they played it every Friday morning, and I remember listening to it when I was on my way to school on the bus. And ironically, I'm now training to be a bus driver, so very relevant. Although I made this level long before I decided to become a bus driver. So that's the story behind that level, and I just decided to call it the Friday Feel Good Lounge because it played the Friday Feel Good song, and it reminded me of a lot of things. The theme of the level and the fact that the skills and the time limit had got nothing to do with the level whatsoever. Get on the Revolution. Revolution is the name of a Sophie Ellis-Bextor song, and if you don't already know the meaning behind Seblems, then that's the meaning behind Seblems. Sorry to spoil it for everyone. Yeah, and I just say the song actually just repeats the lyric "Get on the Revolution," and the Revolution rank is actually the following rank after this level, so that's pretty much the meaning behind the level. So yeah, it's a bit corny, naming songs after your favourite artist. What the hell are you thinking, Flopsy? But better than some meanings for level packs. Some level packs don't seem to have any meaning behind them whatsoever, in my opinion. Yeah, so that brings me on to Legend of Ray Beast. There was this guy at school who just decided to tell me one day, "Oh, my name is Ray Beeston," and he just said, "I'm Ray Beeston and I come from Beeston." And ironically, Beeston is actually a suburb in Nottingham, where I'm from. So that explains the medieval theme behind the level. And that's pretty much it, really. I just decided, this name is just got such a randomness behind it. I might as well call the level the Legend of Ray Beeston. And contrary to what Nepster says, no, this is not a B pun. So this was the level in Seblems that I said Nepster said there's a B pun, but it actually doesn't. It actually has no B pun at all. So that was actually really simple. And yeah, so the main trick is just holding the crowd back while getting worker lemmings ahead, and a good way of doing it is bombing next to the steel. That's why the steel is there to help you. Other than that, it's just a building and bashing exercise, which is a bit boring. I didn't really want it to go that way. But a common misconception is you don't actually have to build over this pool here, which kind of caught a lot of people out who played this. And there's a trap there as well, so you actually can't just bash through this massive masterpiece here. So yeah, the level's very trivial from there. You can actually build over the top and walk over the top of this. So yeah, not much stuff going on this level, but made a nice medieval level. I'm sure a lot of people actually appreciate this level. It got voted level of the year, so it's obviously done something right. I didn't actually expect it to get a nomination. Yeah, so this comes on to my nomination for level of the year. This was actually made entirely by my girlfriend Lucia. The only reason my author name is in the name because I feel like it's the level I actually sat at the computer and just put everything in the places that she asked me to put them in. So she's a big fan of Alice in Wonderland, and I feel like she's named this level possibly because of the cogs, and it kind of ties in with the pocket watch theme. Unfortunately, the music she picked didn't really fit with the level theme, but I've kept it the way it is. This level's actually remarkably hard, and it's actually gone up in the pack as a result. It was originally in the bittersweet rank, and everyone thought it was really hard there, so it's actually moved, I think, all the way up to. I think it's very, very late in the revolution rank now. Yeah. Anyway, the biggest problem in this level is you've got a sheer amount of building to do, and you've only got 10. So I should probably rewind that a bit there. As you can see, it's the cogs really seem to help with cogs really seem to help you keep the lemmings trapped, which is all good. So I think my name was in the author field because I actually created the skill set for this level. Lucia wasn't responsible for that. She just made the level layout, which I didn't change at all. And if you look closely as well, the cogs actually tie in with the background, which is a very good use of it. I don't really know what's going on with the whole Loch Ness Monster theme, but everyone's had their own conceptions of this. Some people come up with a theory that this could be the caterpillar, smoking caterpillar, the one that likes smoking the drugs. So yeah, it's all good though. I feel like this is a reference to the caterpillar. I don't actually know the meaning of this level myself, to be honest, but it's not something. It's not all bad, I don't think. And as you can see, there's a lot of weird tricks with turning around and mining to make a straight surface to climb up, digging and bashing to make walls climbable. So it's a very advanced level, actually. So well done to Lucia for contributing this to my level pack. This was actually the only level that she made for my pack. 49 there. Okay. I think there is a talisman for doing it with 9 builders, which was found by Arthur. And this will be the last level in this part of the video. I will do this level and then I'll leave some more of my levels for the next part of the next time in the LP, when I've beaten a few more ranks. So level 6, when the storm is blown over. Again, When the Storm Was Blown Over is a Sophie Ellis-Bextor song. It's off her 5th album, and that name just kind of tied in with the theme of the level that I wanted to do. The music in this level is ironically not her music, and the same with the previous level, Get on the Revolution, not actually her music. There is some of her music in the pack, but I've kept it minimal, and it's been getting gradually less and less as the pack progressed with updates. But there are still some in the pack. I'm sure some people have identified the ones that particularly well as actually singing in them, but they're few and far between. So anyway, the music that's actually used in this level is Close Cover by Minimalistics, which is a very storm orientated song. So there's been quite a few solutions to this one. So this is the last level of Revolution. because it's a reference to the stormy rank, hence when the storm has blown over. And it's actually a very, very hard level. So I'll show you my solution. So I only show my solution, to be honest, because you kind of get the gist of what you have to do when you watch one replay. You don't really need to watch them all. So anyway, you just have to find a way of blocking off these things here, because otherwise the lemmings will just naturally walk into them. For some reason that trap's not exposed, but that's alright. The hardest trapdoor to deal with is this top left one here. It's alright dealing with the rest of them. I didn't really show what was happening over here. There isn't a trap here, but okay, so that's probably that lemming's probably going to stay there for the time being. I think in the new version of Seblems, I've actually implemented a talisman where you either save 100% or you don't use a particular skill, but I can't remember which right now. Sorry, I don't have that information to hand. But I have added a lot of talismans to the new version of Seblem, new format version of Seblem, since it's easier to add talismans. I don't think this is even my replay. I'll just check if this is actually my replay. Oh, it's by Ico2lot. This is Ico2lot solution. It's very hard to see that by Ico2lot. There you go. Ico2lot, you're using my you're actually responsible for one of my official solutions. Only because your solution is actually on. I probably. So yeah, okay, Ico2lot's pretty much brought a lemming up for the top left and brought him all the way around the level. So the idea is you eventually bash through this part here, because it's pretty much the only way you can get the exit. You gotta make. What am I on about? Save 100%. You've got to save 100% anyway. So I don't know what the talisman's probably for doing with that particular skill. It's probably with walkers and stackers, probably, because probably walkers, blockers, and stackers even. It'd be either the blockers or the stackers. I can't remember which. So anyway. That concludes this part of my solutions. I